Hello and welcome to Mind Vomit. I'm going to twirl this part around here a little bit till I realize what I'm talking about. Those of you 3D modeling parts, I'm going to teach you just a couple tricks to really help you out. I went to school for engineering and learned in Solidworks, and right here I'm using ONSHAPE because it reminds me so much of Solidworks and it's free. But I'm going to show you a couple tricks just to help you with your modeling and make sure you're doing it right, to make it a little bit easier on yourself. Here I'm starting a sketch in the top plane. On ONSHAPE I'm going to hit Shift F5 and go to the top plane. Here I'm going to use a center point rectangle. The reason I use a center point rectangle or a center point circle or whatever on your main feature is because you're designing it off the mid plane or the right plane. That way it's always centered. So if changes ever need to happen, they can happen symmetrically off both sides if it's a symmetrical part. And then I'm going to extrude this feature, and I'm also going to extrude this feature mid-plane for the same reason. I'm going to do ½ inch up from the top plane, ½ inch down from the top plane. That way if I ever need to change it, I can change it symmetrically without any issues. The other thing is I'm going to go in here and name my features. So you can see me here, I'm renaming it, and I'm using capital letters and I'm calling it stock. The reason being is because drafting standard means you use capital letters. That's the standard. So name your features with capital letters. You don't have to name features like chamfers and fillets, but on your features, your main features like this piece of stock, do that. Whole callouts you don't need to change because it will say the dimensions usually. Here I'm going to add another feature that's basically kind of a rod coming out the side. In this case, I don't have to extrude this mid-plane because this is a part that is coming off of a face of the main feature. So if I change the main feature, that can change the overall width of this rod. And so it doesn't really matter. You have to kind of think about the different parts of the model that you're creating and how they should be extruded. In this case, that big rectangle was the main feature. If it ever needed to be changed or lengthened, it will be easy to do because I designed it off of mid-plane design. I've worked with a lot of engineers who didn't do this, and we've had to completely remodel their parts because they didn't do it right, and we just had to waste so much time redoing it because they were playing around in SolidWorks and didn't know what they were doing. Here I mirrored the rod across both sides, and I'm going to show you here. If I measure this on both ends, you'll see down in the lower right hand corner it pops up that it's about 6 inches wide. Now what if someone comes to you or you're designing something and you realize I have to change this to 8 inches wide? How can I easily do this? Well, you can go back into the sketch for the original model. You can go in here, you change the one dimension from 4 inches here in this case, and you can change it to 6 inches, and this will change the model overall across the whole model because you designed it from the mid plane. You don't have to go in here and play around with it and try to figure out which sketch does what. That's why I'm trying to tell you, design off mid-plane, do your sketches off mid-plane if you can. Some features, it doesn't matter, but the main pieces like this, definitely do it and use it. Anyway, I just thought I'd share you this tip. I went to school for engineering. I learned all about this in SolidWorks, and I just thought I would share a little bit of this to you. For those of you out here that 3D model as a hobby, I just figured I'd throw this video out there to kind of help you out if you ever need it. And hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you ever want to see other artistic content, and maybe I'll make more videos of these once in a while, and because whole callouts is important, maybe I'll make a video on that too. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Check out all my other videos too.